Guys, I'm bringing the party to you.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
You big dummy. Oh, great Odin's raven.
Say hello to my little friend.
I stepped in a ditch last night, man. I almost pulled my balls off, man.
You take drugs, Danny?
Every day. Good.
What's the problem?
Yeah, David.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
Oh, we know funky beer well without.
I'm the doctor.
What's up, guys?
This aggression will not stand, man.
Engage.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Hello.
Hello.
So what else has been happening with you, buddy?
Oh,
Just work and vacation?
yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
pretty much. I don't have time for anything else. Oh, crazy how busy I am.
Yeah.
Let me think. No,
No?
no, work and vacation. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'm busy most days. Not really doing much of anything. That's not entirely true. I found the time to watch quite a few movies and TV shows and that sort of thing, but very rarely get to go on the PlayStation or play any games or anything.
That text I sent you, I was just fucking around, right? I don't know, you must be in
the-
bed, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I read that. How does he know I'm still up? Because me and Caroline were laughing because that's the latest I think we've been up for probably years.
Oh,
We
really?
don't stay up that late.
Yeah.
It was. I think it must have been way after 11 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, it
that
was.
came through.
Yeah.
Yeah, way after 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
It probably going up for midnight or something. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Well, I
yeah.
thought, first, when you replied back, I thought, yeah, now he can stay up as long as he wants. He's the boss. He can stay up. If he doesn't show up for work the next day, it's going to only be himself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Well, that is true. Yeah. I don't normally stay up that late, but yeah, I could because I don't have to get up early in the
Yeah.
morning. I tell you, that is the best thing about not having to go to work anymore. Just not having to set an alarm and get
Yeah.
out of bed so early.
Yeah.
Because I used to start at 7 o'clock. So I used to go to work, have a shower, get changed. So I'd be there for about 6:30. Took about 3/4 an hour. 5. So yeah, I used to get up about 4:30, something like that, 4:45. I do not miss that.
No, I wouldn't
At
either.
all.
No fucking way.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
no.
No,
Oh,
the reason the reason I decided to go to Japan instead of England, I was just running out of time, and I didn't have,
Yeah.
you know, like I would talk to you before. It's my cat's having a seizure. It's just I can get the money quicker to go to Japan than I can to England. As you said, we talked about it. Like, it's all cost me almost like, was it $1.62 for £1? So
Yeah.
so, but then I again thought, fuck, 65. I don't know how much longer I can travel. So I thought, fuck it, I'll make it. I'll go one more time to Europe at 65, and then after that, I'll do whatever. But so I don't. It'll depend how I feel, because if I'm still working the same hours I work here, you know, it's like I don't worry about taking vacation time because sometimes I'm done at fucking noon. So I don't feel the stress of work.
Yeah, that's good.
So
Is
it's
that
just
5 days a week?
Yeah, 5 days a week, but
Yeah.
I can work, a full day, and then the next day I'm only working until the noon. So, I'm still getting paid the full hour, the full day for it.
Nice.
It's the only concern is, you never know what the top is going to do, right? You're never going to just figure what the hell they're going to do. So, especially when you start getting 64, 65. Even though we got one guy that's working there, he's 70 years old.
Wow.
But he does fuck all, really.
He's living the dream.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's working. He doesn't do a lot. He's not like, they're going to, how I put it, he's not going to retire. He says, you want me gone? You got to pay for it. Pay me out. And he's been there about 40 years too.
Wow.
You can't just fire somebody.
Yeah, and then I heard, I don't know how true it is, you're supposed to get paid out
1 week.
1 week for every month you've been there? Now, I heard 2.
No. It's 1 week for every year you've been there.
So I heard it was 2 weeks for every year he was there. So.
Excuse me.
What was that? Scott?
He has to do that shit sometimes, so that's the only reason I know that.
Okay. So, so he just, he shows up. He only works 4 days a week. And he said, he keeps saying it, pay me out. Pay me out. You won't want me here, pay me out. And nothing happens. So he'll just end up dying in the chair. And just to go, I won!
I'm about. It's funny. My birthday's on the 28th, and that is the beginning of a timeline where I plan on retiring in the next probably 3 years.
This month?
3.5.
The 28th this month?
Yeah. I turned 55 on the 28th.
I'm gonna say happy birthday now because I might fucking forget.
Yeah. So I turned on the 28th, and then I've said to Susan, and she's been kind of pushing me because she wants to get into consulting, and she's like,
Yeah.
but I don't mind my job. It's kind of sucks because I'm at the point in my career now where the money's the best I've ever been making. You're at the top of the heap. No one tells me my job. I just kind of go in and do it. I feel as comfortable at work as I do at home.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough. I see why people stick around because once you get to the top of the heap, why do you want to go anywhere else?
That's my thinking where I'm at because it's not that hot. I'm making more money I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
The job's not hard. I'm getting I call my old man money, my CPP now. And then next year I can get the OHS, the retirement money from the government, right? So I can be raking in the money right now. It's like, I'm just going to milk these fuckers as long as I can.
Do it.
That's you just keep milking them. And like, some of the jobs I can't do, but most of it I can still do. The main part of the job is no problem. But anyways,
I have a story I was going to ask you guys about to live for the show, though.
okay. So we're gonna start. We're all set. So it's the same format. Scott, I will give you a heads up on the question if you can think about it. So in the next 6 months, what movie I put movie. What movie are you looking forward to? What movie coming out in the next 6 months of this year? Got it? Okay.
I've got it too.
Okay. And you can put TV show in there if you want to add it. Because I put a TV show in here for myself. So if you want to put added movie and TV, go for it. So the same things, a couple shows we've watched, then news, the question, comic review, and then general chat. Okie doke, folks. Mm-hmm. And this time, do whatever you want, right? Because it's the second show. It's not really closest up to date of stuff. So whatever you want to talk about, go right ahead.
Yep.
All right. Hey everyone, welcome to the Pulp Culture Cafe. This is season 14, episode 416. So, we're back again. We took our short pee break, and we're back. And you've been doing something for a week. We ain't going to find out. I hope it was something good. At least got laid, maybe. That would be great. So, we're going to start off, as usual, with a couple of shows we've watched. Or shows or movies, whatever you want to bring up. So, I'm going to start with... I finally watched The Fall Guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I am getting to the point where I really have to be in the mood to watch something. Right? I turn off the TV a lot or just throw on cartoons or something now. But I have to really be in the mood. It finally came around. Well, let's watch this. See what's going on. And it turned out to be very enjoyable. I liked it. It was fun. Ryan Gosling did a good job as Anne. Emily Blunt did her a good job of what she was doing. The action, the story was pretty good. I love Aaron Tyler Johnson. Is it Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I like his portrayal of the most stupid movie actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything revolves around me. Fuck you. I'm doing, so, and it really gave you the showing of deep fake and how it can be used in your favor now, if you really want it to do, and you could really convince people, because people get convinced with all kinds of shit on the internet now. And basically being called the Fall Guy, there's a lot of stunts in it, which are really good. I really enjoyed all those stunts, so it was a fun movie. How's that? It was a fun movie.
Yeah, I agree completely. Yeah, very entertaining, a lot of fun.
Yep.
Very forgettable, but good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I felt like they saved the end credit with Lee Majors, and at the end, it was kind of weird where he's going, "You're under arrest," and they're in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Now, and I know that just because you're in Australia doesn't mean it has to be an Australian cop, because people travel. Like, we've got officers and senior officers here in England that are from Europe and that. So, but it was just weird that he was the cop working in Australia. But, yeah, you're right. It's a movie you can watch it once and you don't really need to go watch it again, because it doesn't make a big impact. It's just maybe if you wanted 4 years from now on a rainy day, you're sitting at home. But other from that, it was enjoyable.
I saw an interview with Emily Blunt, and I was completely convinced that she did that movie just so she could be close to Ryan Gosling.
Really?
It's just it was the whole vibe of the thing. And she's like, because it doesn't seem like her fair, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just seemed like she. Is there any romance scenes between them or anything?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that vibe that she was like,
Like,
I just wanna kiss Ryan Gosling.
big romance scene, but there's romance between them, right? That's part of the whole thing.
But is there any kissing? Any kissing like that?
I can't remember clearly.
Yeah, me either.
Anyway, I got the vibe she just
It's
wanted
not
to
like
share.
there's a sex scene, but
Yeah, I just got the vibe she wanted to share his personal space, and that's one of the reasons why she took the film.
Yeah.
I remember from an interview, which is the worst thing to do.
Yeah. And the other thing, this was news related, but I'll bring it up now. Remember the Phantom movie with Billy Zane?
the movie. Yeah.
The movie that came out a long time ago with Billy Zane, right?
Yeah, that's right.
There is,
Purple?
the purple people eater. There's rumors, not him, sorry, but there's rumors that they might be interested in making a sequel to that movie. And actually, I was IMDb here, and I was watching, I pulled it up and watching the clip, and I might want to go back and watch that again. It looks like it's something fun to watch after so many years of not watching it. But I just thought, everybody's trying to do something a little bit different, and hopefully bring up old properties, as we said in the other show. Everything's about AP. Let's try and do that.
The Phantom's The Phantom is a very old property.
Oh yeah,
That's a
Yes.
very old comic strip.
yeah.
And then I used to read it probably in the 80s. I think DC published it. I didn't actually watch the Billy Zane movie.
No,
No. But I can't remember that. I didn't boycott it on purpose. I've just never seen it.
it was.
Because this was sort of like back in the days where if you didn't see it at the cinema, you had
Yeah,
to wait
that's
for
what I
it
was
to
gonna
come out on
say.
video or on TV.
Yeah.
And I just never watched it.
Yeah.
So maybe I should at some point. But I used to like the comic. The most interesting thing about the comic series was he has two rings. One's good, one's bad. And if you're a good guy, or if you help him out, or if you've got his protection, then you get branded with the good ring. And people see that, and it's like, oh shit, I'm not messing with that guy because he's got the mark of the Phantom. And if you're a bad guy, you get branded with the bad ring. And if people see that, they know you're a piece of shit. And at the time, I thought that's pretty interesting. Didn't really think too deeply into people being branded, but you know. But hey, so yeah, I've actually been a fan of the character for quite some time, but not associated with the movie at all. So if they were to do a movie, I'd be very interested to see it. Movie or TV show.
Yeah. That's it. Like it's as far as it went, as far as I read into it, is it's nothing set in stone. It's just one of those things that makes newsreels because newsreels like in the 30s and 40s, but like get out there just to get some clicks on your site. But I would see, and I think the Phantom's from 1930 comic strips. That's how it started.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Who what? Paul? Scott? Scott and Paul? What do you got?
Yeah. Do you want to go first, Scott?
Sure. I finally got around because I didn't have the Disney Plus app for the longest time, so I'm kind of catching up on that. I watched Prey, which was the 2022 movie about the continuation in the Predator series. I'm telling you, it was the best one since the first two movies. The first one's obviously original. The second one, that Danny Glover scene at the end makes the whole movie, and it's kind of a classic. But this was very good. Well acted. The pacing was fantastic. The acting with Amber Midthunder is a great actress, and her relationship and with Dakota Beaver Tambay was great. I mean, it was just from beginning to end. I was entertained, and they haven't done anything with it in the last 3 years, but that's definitely something that would be ripe for not even a sequel, but a continuation of some sort. I was really surprised by how good it was and the quality that it had. It's one of those things that I think most of the Predator movies should be in the wilderness. I mean, there's a reason. That's part of the reason why that first one was so successful. I think it's part of the reason why this one's so successful, where you're up against the force of nature in nature. And I thought it was very well done. I was pleasantly surprised, to be quite honest.
I remember when that came out and nobody knew it was a Predator movie.
Yeah.
And when everyone realised, it's like, holy shit, they're making a Predator movie. And it was actually really good. Yeah. And the character, she appears very briefly at the end of, is it called Killer of Killers or something?
Yes, I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah. She appears briefly in that. I can see why they've not followed up with another movie with her in it, because Predator stories tend to be one and done. Once you've beaten a Predator, you've beaten a Predator.
Yeah.
And they move on, and they put a Predator in a different scenario, which is a shame because she was really good. But yeah, at least it looks like there's going to be a continuation of her story at some point, unless it's been cancelled. Who knows?
Yeah.
But But when the bear attacks the Predator, that's a highlight.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
But yeah, I was going to bring that up because she's in that with all the other so-called people that had beaten predators. They're in stasis, almost like trophies.
Arnold was there as well.
Yeah, he was. So there's some place in between where they've been picked up. And but Prey, It's a good movie.
But they did that in the 2010 movie where they took all those guys to the planet. It was the same type of thing where it was just the best of the best taken to a planet to take on predators. So they could get them all from a timeline. They could build a universe out of it just for the simple fact they've shown that they can bring people from different timelines. They did that in the comics too. They've done that in the Marvel comics where they've kind of shown that you can bring people from different time periods. So if done right, it could work.
Yeah. You got another one there, bud?
I do. Marty, Life is Short. It's a documentary with Martin Short.
Yeah.
And great look at Marty Short over the years. Much of the documentary, unfortunately, was kind of leading up. You can see where it was going with the passing of his wife. It's funny, Susan is a big medical guru, and she knew a bit about this storyline, but many people are saying it led back to her fertility drugs she took years beforehand and the complications from that. But it was a really great storytelling process of him growing up in Canada, coming from actually a pretty well-adjusted. He had brothers and sisters that were kind of like, he was doing variety shows from a very young age, kind of like most of them do. They kind of did it in their basement or attic or what have you. But it talked about his time on SCTV and SNL and how pretty much everyone was fucking everyone else. I mean, we've kind of heard that before.
Yeah.
The connection, a lot of it took place, a lot of the footage was from his summer home up here in Canada, in Ontario.
Yeah.
But I didn't know the inroads, like Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, all the people went to that house.
Yeah.
And the kids. And it was a really great look, and it was entertaining. It's like John Candy. John, what's that called? John Candy?
I Like Me.
I Like Me,
That's
yes.
it.
But it was in that same style where you were actually, and you see the interaction because John Candy's in this one. And it was kind of bittersweet seeing, I think it was one of Catherine O'Hara's last interviews.
Yeah.
Where it was sit down, and Dave Thomas was in it, Eugene Levy was in it, Spielberg was in it. You know, a lot. You could see the respect that this guy has in the entertainment world, and talking about how, you know, he's another one of those Canadian guys. Shatner's like that too, where you just take the job. Even if you're not fond of it, you take the job, you do the best you can with it. And I've heard more than Chris Jericho's the same way. I've heard more than one Canadian entertainer saying, take the job, make it yours, and look for the next job.
The other thing
he's always had that.
Talking to one actor, and something failed, and he says 90% of Hollywood stuff you do in Hollywood fails.
Yeah,
just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
So it was
a great documentary. Loved it.
Yeah, it was very. And the other thing I noticed, they weren't looking to dig anything up. They were just telling. It was just talking. And they also made a comment about his daughter. She had committed suicide, or it was a suicide. Right? So they didn't talk about her, but it was just at the end they kind of mentioned it. But it's like Steve Martin said, you throw in a party and you tell everyone Martin's going to be there, and then suddenly Martin can't show up, so you cancel the party.
Yeah. And they bust balls. I've never seen two guys, except mostly us, bust balls so well and so well timed. And they do it doing interviews, they do it in their stage show, and they just do it sitting in a room talking to maybe one or two other people. They're very good at it too. It's a very sweet ball busting.
Yeah. But
I enjoyed it.
I was very good. I really I was looking forward to that when I saw it was coming out. But hey, you in the corner up there, what do you got?
Well, it's trying to choose from a very long list. I mentioned it briefly on the last show, but I'd kind of like to talk about The Mandalorian and Grogu to see what you guys thought.
Yes, that's right. We missed that. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, talk about it. Yeah.
'Cause I think we've spoken briefly about it. But I mean, I liked it.
Yeah.
You know, I liked it. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. It's got to be pretty fucking shit for me not to like a Star Wars movie or TV show. And this is quite far from shit, if we're being honest. It's good. Is it a good movie?
No.
Probably not really.
No. Good
But
long
it's
TV.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a really long episode. It's a decent episode of a TV show.
Yeah.
It's just 3 times as long as an episode needs to be. You know, it was entertaining, and I think half of it, of why I enjoyed it so much, was just the nostalgia, because it was just seeing all the toys coming to life. It was seeing all like the costume, like the snow troopers getting back in it.
Yeah.
The start of the movie, the first 10-15 minutes where they're all in the snow and you've got the AT-ATs and you've got the snow troopers and that. And it's like, it just made you think of Empire Strikes Back, which is probably the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
So it got off to a good start. And like I say, you see things that were toys at the time, or have come out as toys since. It's like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that.
You have to see the
There
back.
was just,
Like you talk about the toys, the AT-ATs, the doors that open up.
Yeah.
So now
That's
you
right.
got to go inside the back, not just in the front, the driver's seat, right? You go in the back and you see, because it looks so fucking massive, but when you go in the back, you realize the actual compartment for the troopers is small.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Which is probably quite accurate to the toy.
Yeah. So.
Where you were standing all your little stormtroopers in
Yeah,
there, you could just
yeah.
like squeeze that little spaceship in there if you hooked it around the corner. Yeah, but yeah, fond memories. And, you know, it's, I didn't really like the Hutt scene in it because I think that CGI Hutts look god awful. But they weren't in it a huge amount. I can kind of live with that. The action involving the Mandalorian I thought was pretty good when it's like shooting people, kicking them around and like hooking them up with his grappling hook and setting fire to things. I thought this is actually pretty cool. That it looks pretty good. When those little Babu Frick things came in, I forget what they're actually called. It turned me off a bit because I did not like the one from the last movie, from the Skywalker movie, Rise of Skywalker. But after about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, they really grew on me. And one of my favourite bits of the whole film was during the big fight at the end where the X-Wings are like fighting and everything's going on. And then you're seeing spaceships blow up and X-Wings and goodness knows what else. And then it cuts to a rat stood on a log. And the rat just explodes in a ball of flame. And then it's the little Babu Frick people in the tiny little spaceship going, hey! It just cracked me up. It proper cracked me up. It made me laugh. I thought that was unnecessary, but I appreciate it. That was pretty cool. So there's an awful lot of things in it that I enjoyed that outweighed the bits where I thought, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Overall, I had a good experience. I enjoyed it. It was Star Wars. It didn't destroy my childhood. And, you know, like I said last week, I went to go and see Project Hail Mary at the cinema twice. I ain't going to go and see The Mandalorian twice at the cinema. I might watch it once more when it's on Disney Plus, or I might not. I wouldn't give a shit either way, to be quite honest. But it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. Was when I went to go see it, I wasn't expecting nothing. I wanted to go see a Star Wars movie in the theater, and all I wanted to do was to be, entertained enough that I walked out with a smile on my face. It didn't have to be, Empire Strike Back good. It just had to be entertaining and enough. But yeah, I did enjoy it.
It actually was a season of The Mandalorian.
Yes, you're right.
Absolutely.
John Favreau they asked him to. They said, "Is there anything there?" He did an interview right afterwards, and he had written the season. They said, "Is there anything there?" So he basically condensed 8 episodes down into a 3-episode treatment.
Yeah. No,
and
you're right.
we got 3 episodes.
Yeah, you're correct. 100%.
Absolutely believe that.
Yeah.
You could almost see the episode breaks.
Yep.
as the story went on,
Yeah.
you could see where one episode would start and the next one would start.
Like
the next
this-
one, the other one would start.
The scene with the fisherman in Grugo. That was really. They could have
That was
took
an
that
episode.
scene out. Really.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
That
Yeah,
was-
but that would have been an episode.
Yeah,
They could have taken
that's
it out,
right.
and no one would miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one would give a single shit if that wasn't it.
So yeah. It's they said they hadn't been. There's not. How they put it? There hasn't been a Star Wars movie in a theater in a while. We need one.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take
Yeah,
it?
pretty much.
And that's what he
I
did.
think it's I think Rise of Skywalker was the last one, which I think was something like 2018. So it's 8 years?
Yeah.
8 years since the Star Wars movie was in the cinema.
And it's broken a lot of unenviable records. It has not done well.
No.
So, I don't know where they go from here.
I think they'd have probably been better off putting Andor in the cinema, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I think that would have made a much better movie. Whereas The Mandalorian, whereas I enjoyed it, and I don't regret going to the cinema to see it, I really don't give a shit about seeing it at the cinema. It wasn't a cinema movie. It
Yeah.
wasn't a cinema story. It
No,
was
no.
a TV story.
Yeah.
It was a TV movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They just paid cinema money to get it to see it. That's all.
Yeah. So I believe it's catastrophically underperformed, which is kind of a shame because it does send a message, and it's not the message that I would have preferred because I would like to see more Star Wars in the cinema, but they seem to be incapable of making good Star Wars. I mean, really good Star Wars, movie-worthy Star Wars. They just don't seem to be able to pull that off. So,
Ryan Gosling is a new hope. He really is. That Starfighter that's coming out
Oh,
in
yeah.
2027, I think. He to me
next year,
is
I think.
the new hope because if he can land it like he did with Project Hail Mary, Star Wars might have a chance to come back. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
If that movie's terrible, or even if it's not very good, I don't know where to go from there. I really don't know what you do with Star Wars. If you can't make a good Star Wars movie that is about X-Wing pilots and Ryan Gosling starring in it, if you can't make a good movie out of that, turn the lights off, lock the door behind you, and that's it. We are done. Because you cannot make good Star Wars if you can't get that right. That's it. Give the keys to somebody else and just get the fuck out.
If we're do we have any more TV shows? Because we're going to news next, correct?
Yeah. If Paul's done, we're dropping the news.
Yeah,
Because this
I've
kind of
got-
ties into it. Go ahead.
Oh, no, okay. Well, I was going to say, I've got one or two more things that I could talk about, but keep the momentum going. If you got something that
Doctor
ties
Who.
into it, carry on.
Doctor
Doctor
Who. When we talked about things that really need to succeed, or they're going to have to.
Okay,
Doctor
so
Who's
we
been
doing
put on
news?
ice.
We're doing news, right?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay,
that's
this is news, folks. Tick, 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 tick,
That's
tick,
the
tick,
natural
tick, tick,
tie-in
news.
is Doctor Who is being put on ice for, from what I understand, years to come.
Foreseeable
And-
future.
Foreseeable future, and they're looking to put it out to a new creator after T. Davies. I
Russell
can't
T.
remember his
Davis.
first name.
Davies,
Russell
Russell
T.
T. Davies. Yeah.
And his production company have left the franchise. I'm not sure under what conditions. I don't know much about it, but the technical side is he has left, and they're not doing a Christmas special. And my understanding that's a big fucking thing in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're putting it on ice for probably, it sounds like 2 to 4 years, like to 2028 at least.
Well, there's
Which is-
absolutely nothing in production at the moment, and there's nobody
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it. So even if you find someone who can make Doctor Who, you are years away from seeing it on the TV screen because you've no scripts, you've no actors, you've no nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So it is as fucked as a TV show can get at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of amazing that they, and I've read this on a few different sites, so there must be at least some truth to it, that they were having a hard time casting anyone as a doctor. People didn't want it.
Right.
Which I find it hard to believe, but I find it not hard to believe because it's really been a political football for the last 3 to 4 years, and that aspect has outshined any of the stories.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's kind of the gist. I was reading an article. I can't remember where it was. Otherwise, I'd give them credit. But I was reading an article about it, and they were saying essentially what we've been saying for quite some time now is that all the political agenda that they've been shoehorning into Doctor Who for a few years now is what killed it. And at the time, you feel like talking about it in that tone is a type of thing that would get you cancelled or get you into trouble.
Yeah.
But now that it has actually killed the show, people are coming out and saying it in print.
Yeah.
That's what killed the show. All this fucking pandering to all this political correctness and bullshit.
Yeah.
This virtue signaling, whatever they call it, is what killed Doctor Who. That's what people are saying in media now. So, clearly that's what everybody thinks.
This is the first time since 1961 that there is no Star Trek or Doctor Who properties in development or on the TV screens.
Oh,
wow. And people are like,
wow,
that is amazing. And it's a disease that kind of snagged both properties. And it's almost one of those things you're thinking, did this happen on purpose in some way? It's very weird. And like the events that would have had to take place for this to happen naturally are insane. But I mean, it's I would say, even for, as we were previously talking about Star Wars, the damage that has been done to 3 brands that I never thought that amount of damage would be done to is just very odd. I mean, Lord of the Rings comes out in the next year, and they have a huge problem, which I don't think they will. Peter Jackson's a different cat. That's 4 huge franchises that 25 years ago, what happened to them would be unthinkable. It's amazing.
I don't think it's an understatement to say that they are probably, I mean, Doctor Who may be sort of like bringing up the rear, but it is a massive property. But those in pop culture, they are pretty much the biggest properties, I think, ever. If we're being honest.
Yeah. Money-wise,
Yeah, Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, and Doctor Who. Doctor Who sounds like a bit of an outlier, but it's been going for what, 60 years?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes.
It's an international success, or it has been up until this point where they drove it into the ground. It is. It's a pretty upsetting time to be a nerd because what else you've got to look forward to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Marvel isn't great at the moment. No one's making Doctor Who. Star Trek's been cancelled because that's shit.
Yeah.
Star Wars is disappointment after disappointment.
I get a kick out of people who double down on it too. Not that when it was a Why was it? I don't see the problem. What was wrong with the problem? I thought it was
the
good.
Statement from Davies. The statement from Davies was so fucking tone deaf. It's amazing. I'm thinking, how do you hear with your head up your own ass? It's like amazing.
Yeah.
What was his statement? I haven't seen it.
Basically, I'm paraphrasing, I tried to teach the masses, the great unwashed masses, the righteousness of my message, and they obviously didn't listen.
Oh my God.
And that's why it failed. I can't do it justice. Read it yourself. I'm sure it's out there. You'll see it on social media, but I was thinking, fuck.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, his crew said, you know what? It's that old Simpsons things. Have I gotten so out of touch? No. It's the children who are wrong.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
I mean, so. I again, this might not be true. It's something I might have heard, but even in Star Trek, they may say, "Yeah, we're going to gay it up it even more." Well, thanks. It makes me just don't want to watch.
The folks from that last series were just the arrogance of them for being on a canceled show. I guarantee you, every producer, every casting director in Hollywood say, "Look at you arrogant little prick." It's amazing the arrogance of that entire cast for a show that got just drizzled and canceled after one season. Anyway,
but that's again, you're not hearing what's going on. You're just going to double down and kill the franchise, and you did. Thank you. So
Ideology over commerce. It's
Yeah.
that simple.
yeah,
It's kind of sad when you get people like us who are saying, you are going to kill this franchise if you carry on doing what you're doing.
yeah.
And then when it actually happens, there's no pleasure in that. There's no
No,
satisfaction. It's like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey-ho.
In a completely different direction, Trisha Heffler has joined OnlyFans. Oh, yes.
Why
yes,
am I
indeed.
talking to you guys when I come
This is her quote. I'm tired of being told what to do and how to do it. So I'm fine with her doing whatever she wants. I mean, of course, there are a few celebrities that have joined OnlyFans over the last month. Shannon Elizabeth made $1 million in a week. I'm sure that has something to do with it. She has said she plans to donate a large part of her money to animal charities. That I know she does, in fact, give a lot of money to animal charities. So, see a beaver to support a beaver? I don't know. I don't know what we got here.
My brain went exactly the same thing. If you hadn't said it, I was in the wings just waiting to jump out on stage and say.
Yeah.
So, they, I don't know. It's one of
But
those
here's the
things that, you know, I think-
question: has she shown her beaver? Is it
You
full
never
frontal
show it.
nudity?
It's the old porn thing. You never give it away in the first scene. You just build up
Yeah,
to
but
it. I mean,
I'm
that's what they
trying to
do.
get down to something actual here to see what she did.
She's
other
done
than
lingerie.
guessing.
She's done lingerie. She's done bikinis. She's done stuff around the house. She's posed for Playboy before, which I did not know.
Mm.
So she's done nudity. So I'm guessing, as I said, it's like porn. You never give it all. You build up to it, and you make more money as you go along. So I suspect she'll make some money. And to be honest, if she's giving him, I think there's been a societal change. A lot of people, a lot of women who did stuff like that, same with pornography for that matter, they were afraid of what their kids might think. Kids today are built a lot differently than they were 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They grew up on an internet where you could see hardcore pornography from the age of 10. So nudity and stuff like that isn't as big of a deal anymore. And she did an interview.
Hey,
and it was
hey,
basically
Billy! I saw your mom on OnlyFans sucking dick.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah, it's not as big of a deal anymore. And she kind of alluded to the fact that she talked to the kids, and I think Shannon Elizabeth did too. And they're like, "Yeah, okay, it's OnlyFans, Mom. Everyone has an OnlyFans." I think there's a sense of liberalism when it comes to that type of thing that allows these women who still look smoking hot in their 50s to say, "You know what? Why not? Gonna make a ton of money, so why not?"
And I think to answer John's question, is the nudity involved? I would hazard a guess, yes, but you do not make $1 million by getting your tits out for a million people paying $1 per viewing.
Mm-hmm.
You get nude for someone who's paying you 5 figures to get nude, or if not more. That's how you make $1 million. So she probably is, but not for everybody. There's probably 1 or 2 people who are paying an awful lot.
That extra tier, right? Because there's tiers on it. That I know for sure. Because I have gone on OnlyFans.
I asked for 6 and they wouldn't give me 6. So the close
I've been on OnlyFans because I want to see. It gets boring really quick, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's well,
I know what it is.
Yeah, but it's curiosity that gets me more than anything.
Me neither, Paul.
Yeah. It's curiosity. I like to ask that question. How much did they show? The curiosity of me wants to know how much. So the only way for me to do it is to go on and buy it.
Research.
Yeah,
that's the spirit.
I'm not saying like, yes, they did. I'm offended by those tits, but yes, they did. No, I'm fucking enjoying the tits too, right? I'm enjoying everything that's going on. But at least my curiosity's been answered.
Yeah.
So
it's overpriced. I mean, there was, I had this story on the show before where the pricing, they have scenes that are $15 to $20. Mm-hmm. 4 scenes is $80. Now let's go back in the day. Remember the VHS?
Yeah.
You could rent it for $8, or you could buy it for $20. $5 a scene. They're charging 4 times that for shitty, for the most part, it's just shitty amateur. I mean, they're making
Bad production quality,
there's a
bad lighting,
bad production quality,
bad camera
it's
angle.
selling for billions. It's the voyeuristic. It's not a good thing. There's a bigger conversation, but it's terrible for society because these young men are just like, this is norm. They're paying a lot of money to these women, and it's just not real. I mean, we all lie to ourselves. You know, every human being lies to themselves at some point in time. But there's been a story of men just losing their houses over stuff like this. It's not healthy. It's really not healthy. But for the ladies, it's very lucrative. So
Yep.
I mean, if we want to get serious about it for a moment, I don't really agree with it, to be quite honest, because I know that an awful lot of women will say, "Oh, it's empowering. You know, I have power because I don't have to do what I don't do what I don't want to do, and I do what I do want to do, and so on and so on." It's like, well, okay, fair enough if you want to tell yourself that, but you are taking money off people to do lewd acts on demand for people who want you to do it, and you are doing it. You know, some of it you might not, and then you don't get paid. Depends how much you want to get paid. It's, you know, if that's empowering, then so be it. I'm not a woman. I don't know what that means. Have at it. But on the flip side, the male of the species is being brought up to believe that you can pay women to do anything you want. And it's objectification. And as much as it empowers the woman, it objectifies them in the eyes of the male of the species, and I think it's a dangerous game. I think it's a very dangerous game, and I really don't support it. It breaks my heart when you get all these like young girls and things just going on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, they're like
sort of
18.
Oh, I bought a house because I'm on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's not like it's nothing to be proud of. I really don't think it's anything to be proud of. You know,
It's the mindset.
but you know, I'm a middle to old age white straight man, you know, who gives a shit what I do or say. You know, I'm always in the wrong and I'm always the bad guy. So but you know, I just think it's a little unsavory, and I really don't think it's good for society. But you know, fuck me, what do I know?
Yeah, and I'm the old man in the group, so fucking kids fucking showing off stuff. You know,
I put that on the internet yesterday. They in that vein where they were talking about this new in the new Captain America comic, they have this hero and he's in a specific genre, and I said, of course he's a villain, he's this and this, and people get very angry, and I was like, what? They've been like this for years. He's gonna be the villain. Come on, there's a script, he's gonna be the villain. So anyway, we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, Barbara.
What else you
Little House on
got?
the Prairie.
What?
Little House on the Prairie. Did
Oh,
you watch
fuck.
the first trailer?
I
watched
No.
the first trailer.
I didn't
watched
see
the
a
first
trailer. No, I saw it. I think I might have read an article, and I thought, what?
It looks good, but we'll see. There are a few things in the trailer that I was thinking, okay, this is going to be representative. They're definitely going to be talking about native rights and history through that lens. They're definitely going to be doing it. They couldn't do the series and avoid it because they would have taken a lot of heat for it. I suspect the Ingalls, in some ways, are going to be the bad guys. It's definitely not going to be your daddy's Little House on the Prairie. I don't recognize any of the actors, which, again, tells me a bit about where they're going to be going. They did a series. There's a famous Canadian Anne of Green Gables. John, do you ever hear Anne of Green Gables there, Paul?
Oh, well, yeah,
Okay.
heard of it.
Anne of Green
But
Gables.
I've absolutely no idea what it is.
Out of Prince Edward Island, it's a young girl who.
It's about a young girl who does OnlyFans in Nova Scotia.
In Nova Scotia. She works for. She
Yeah.
works for
Shows her
fish.
ankles and shit.
Yeah.
But the CBC, and I think it was like 2013, 2012 maybe, relaunched it, and the actress in it, she was fantastic. And the first season, Susan and I loved the one who played her caretaker, her dad or whatever, reminded Susan a lot of her dad, so she had kind of a commitment to it, and it was great. The storytelling was fantastic. It was Victorian times. They had Indigenous people in it, and there were conversations had, and it was very balanced, actually. And it was the first season was great. the second season. By the end of it, we're like, okay. There were a few things that were a bit odd in it that really didn't fit for that time period, that was kind of shoehorned in due to some of the things that we had just previously talked about Doctor Who. Third season, Caligula. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What is this doing in Anne of Green Gables?
Well, so there was orgies and everything?
They canceled it after the third season.
Hey, you didn't answer my question. What about the orgies?
No orgies. No
Okay,
orgies.
all right.
When I say Caligula, I mean anything that was an issue today for the progressive wings was in that series from 1883. You're like, wait a minute, hold on. This and Susan and I, that's really the last series I've ever watched on the CBC, because I couldn't believe it. They took a hit, and it was a hit. Like, the first season was watched. It was on Sunday nights at like 9 p.m. and I think they had ratings of like, it was one of the biggest, 2-3 million people at the time. It was the most successful TV series in Canadian history on the CBC, and by the third season, fucking everyone left it. Just left it in droves, and they canceled it after the third season. And
but why?
I kind of think this is what's going to happen here. People will show up, although I think its execution is going to be a lot quicker, because social media is going to say this, and this, and this, and people will just leave in droves. I hope not, because I love period pieces. I was mentioning about Outlander. I love those kind of stories, and if they tell them with truth, that's great. But if they try and shoehole issues of today into a period piece, it's going to be like the dialogue from Masters of the Universe. People are just going to say, "What the fuck is this doing here?" And they're going to tune out. So we'll see. Yeah. What else we got here? Tom Hardy and that controversy around Mobland. It's kind of quieted down a bit, but for a while there, I thought, this guy's been fired, which I don't know how. Right?
I heard conflicting reports on that.
I heard he's fired first, and then it changed to he had been a pain in the ass, and my understanding is he pissed off Helen Mirren, which is the only one on that set other than Pierce Brosnan, and Pierce probably sided with her, who would have the kind of political power to say, you know what, Tom, if you're not happy here, you can fuck right off. So
and I can see her saying that too.
I can see her saying that, because she is incredibly professional. I've heard that about her. She takes care of her cast and crew, but she expects them to show up on time and know their lines. And Tom Hardy has had issues in the past, which is ironic, because they did that new Peaky Blinders movie. He was not in it, which spoke volumes to me, because him and Cillian Murphy are friends. But I'd heard he was fired, and then I heard they were trying to work it out. And Helen Mirren put a post on there saying, she basically, I love you, Tom, but there was kind of like, I don't want to be mom, but you got to fucking start showing up if you want to be on the show that we've all made a success. I don't know how they do it without him, to be honest. So I'm glad if they worked it out. I'm actually very happy about that, because it was a banger of a first season.
I heard it was kind of a Gilligan's Island sort of thing, where the redheaded Gilligan's Island thought the show was going to be about her, and it wasn't. And Tom thought he was going to be the star of Mobland, when it turned out that Pierce and Helen were more of the stars than he was. The story started going closer to it was swinging more towards them as the leads. So, but
it's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah. It's a shame, because his character was the best thing in that first series. As far as I'm concerned, he had some really cool moments and some really cool scenes. He was the most interesting character in that first series. It'll be a shame if he doesn't come back. But I heard all of everything that you've just been talking about. But I also heard that it's not entirely accurate that he might not be coming back. I heard that they're actually trying to make a deal.
Yes. Heard that too.
So whether he comes back or not, who knows? But there must be some things there. That's an awful lot of press coverage for a non-story. Someone said something. Somebody knows something for that to have all come out in the press. But
that's happened before. There's a precedent. There was a show called The West Wing that had Martin Sheen on it. And when it first began, it was supposed to be a Rob Lowe vehicle. And the first scene Sheen was in, you're like, oh, I'm here for that guy.
Yeah.
And it kind of pivoted to Martin Sheen as the President of the United States. And Rob Lowe ended up leaving at the end of season 3. And that was part of the reason why he left. Subsequently did 2 shows, one called The Lion's Den and another one that both bombed, and he made a mistake by leaving. But it does happen where you'll have the young buck come in and the older established star. The Devil's Own with Harrison Ford and Brad Pitt. They did not get along because it was the new stud and the established guy. He's like, no, I'm not ready to leave the spotlight yet. And the fans aren't ready for me to leave the spotlight yet, so I'm going to stick around for a while longer. So there's precedent in Hollywood for that happening. I hope they can work it out. It was just a fantastic show. I'm looking forward to the second season. So.
I've got one. You guys heard that there was going to be a new Stargate. Did you hear that?
Yes. And, yeah.
I heard that there was going to be one, but I'm not a Stargate guy.
Okay.
So really
there was going to be a new... They even did interviews, a big thing about it, talking about this and that and how it's going. And we haven't done anything yet, but it looks like we're going to go. Well, it's not now. Amazon decided to pull out, and they're not going to do it, which is amazing because Amazon can put out stuff and they don't give a fuck about the quality. So I'm surprised they didn't decide to go with it. So... that's
a lot of. Go ahead.
Like I say, I heard that the one actor that was from the original series was telling people to go online and see if they could revive it or get it to another service would pick it up and go with it. So
I've heard more people with that, and it kind of started with Buffy. I've heard more people in the last 6 months say, I'm okay with that. They're like, I love my grandma. I don't want my grandma sitting in the middle of the living room with a clown nose on her face.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality is if I want to watch a beloved program, I'll just watch the show. I don't want, there's been so much desecration of properties that people have liked that when they don't do it now, there's more of an audience and more than ever saying, I'm glad. Yeah. I'm upset it's not going forward, but I'm also happy because I've seen what they can do to these properties. Yeah. And Stargate, same idea. When they mentioned Stargate was not going forward, people were like, "Okay, I'm okay with that." It's not an opportunity to tear it apart.
Like I don't care if they do reboots anymore. I just think it's lazy, but I just instead of getting upset about them the reboots, I just go do whatever you want. I've got the original. And I can go back and watch that anytime if I want what I want and it's there. I don't need to see your updated version of what you think the show might have been like when you were a kid. What you as a kid said they should do this and this. Now you're empowered to change it. Fuck it. Do what you want. If it bombs, I don't care. If it's great, I don't care. I've got my original here. I've got my seasons of this or my movie version of this. So I've got when it was good. You can fuck it up if you want. So that's how I look at it.
What do you guys think of the phenomenon that's taken place in the last 3 weeks with Obsession, Backrooms, and of course the victim of the crime, the Mandalorian Grogu, where those two low budget horror films just hammered any chance of that film becoming a success. The historical significance behind it, where it's gaining ground each week, and it's only movie that's done this, E.T. in 1982, that has actually gained ground over the next couple of weekends. This is that's the YouTuber generation. They're just making their own shit, and they've been doing it on YouTube for years, and now they have the money that they've made from the YouTube channel that they can go and make films that are going to the cinema. This last 3 weeks has put people on notice. It really has.
It shows that you don't have to have a lot of money to make a good original movie. Now, I don't know the movie, what's in it, or what has been done, but it must be original enough that people want to go see it, right? And that's the thing that Hollywood doesn't understand. You don't have to spend a lot of money on a good original story, and you'll get your money back. They think they have to pound $250 million into something, and it's the only, because they want big bucks. They want the $1 billion film. Except for this $1 million film is now like fucking, what is it?
236 million. It's massive. It's massive.
For $1 million movie, and you're getting that equivalent. You're not getting the $1 billion movie, but you spent this. All this movie is profit. So it's a great big fucking hit. But they won't learn their lesson from it.
Well, that's the irony. They could spend, even if they went as far as 5 million per movie, if all these people were making YouTube movies, give them 5 million each and set up like a conveyor belt. You could have like 10 of those a year, each one making, like, say, 250 million off a £5 million investment. And you're going to make far more money than taking 5 years to make a $250 million movie that doesn't make half its money back.
Yeah. I've said this a few times. If I was a millionaire, I would not invest in the Hollywood system. I'd start a studio where I'm getting 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million to these movies and original movies. And one thing, you would start with horror movies, because horror movies usually make their money back, right? You go take it here, overseas, whatever, $1 million movie, usually even if it only makes $10 million or $15 million, that's still a profit on that $1 million spent, right? Or with the $2 million if you put marketing in it. So you gradually build up until your studio's profit enough. You still don't make fucking great big fucking movies, but you show a track record of taking of these small independent movies that are different, something new, putting them out there and letting them see if they flourish or not. If you lose $1 million. Okay? In today's, that's chump money. So you only fight you would have with the major studios because you're not playing the game, right? You're not playing their game. So
Sundance Independent Film Festival, which is basically Little Hollywood. It was brought out by
Robert Redford. Yeah.
They have had 68 films from 2020 to 2025. This film has made more money than all 68 of them. And that's telling. Like someone did the math, and all 68 films, this film has made more than all of them, which is kind of a commentary on Hollywood saying, this is what, if you want an art house film, this is what you should watch. It's been evident in the Oscars for the last 10 years, where you'll see these films that even after they win the Oscar, they'll do like 2 or 3 million at the box office. And again, it's one of the reasons why the Oscars is losing some of their light. It's the Obsession. I didn't know much about it, and before I was going to talk about it, I researched it. It's about a subject that really doesn't get talked about that much, but I think it was part of the reason why The Joker was the success that it was. We've heard the term toxic masculinity, and it does exist, but it's toxic femininity. We all know the crazy girl that we dated. Every one of us has dated a crazy girl at some point in time or the other. The girl that you take your clothes and your wallet to the shower and you lock the door behind you when you're taking a shower. And that is this girl. And every girl out there has known the best friend who is a fucking nut and stabs them in the back and that kind of stuff. And that is the basis of this film that's not getting talked about, is it's fucking relatable. And it is what it is. I'm glad Hollywood's probably going to get a wake-up call from this. And the fact that it took on...
Totally disagree with you. Hollywood is a fucking retarded system. They will not get a wake-up call.
But Steven Spielberg was talking about Obsession. He says, I watched it. It was a fantastic film. The Dawn of Hollywood said, and he has mentioned before, and George Lucas, and they were always notoriously cheap. When he did Duel, it was for less than $1 million, even back in 1975. He said, he was talking about it very glowingly, and I think he is one of the directors who will say, you know what, we're going to give you $5 million. See what you can do with $5 million. We're done. I think in time you will see the big blockbuster start going away. So,
I worry that Hollywood is going to learn the wrong lesson from this, and they're going to start making cheap shit movies instead of expensive shit movies because they think that the low budget is the key. I don't know. You need to go where the talent is. You know, if you just throw a small amount of money at the same idiots that are making the shit now, you're still going to get shit. And the lesson is look for the talent and hire the talent. You know, find somebody who's already making good stuff and see what they could do with a little bit of money.
He's 20. The director of director of Backrooms. He's 20 years old, and he was asked, "What IP would you like to tackle?" And he said, "None of them. I want nothing to do with an intellectual property," which is awesome.
I heard or I saw something. Someone was saying about him only being 20 and making a film, and the rebuttal to that is he's been making films for years. He's been making films since he was a kid. It's just you've never seen any of them because they're just on YouTube. So it's not like he's not a first-time director. He's been making movies for years. And you've got to go out and find these people, you know?
Well, that's where they found this guy on YouTube, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
but I believe someone has to come along and do a cheap studio system. You know?
Yeah. They should. There's, I don't think they do it anymore. But John, you'll have heard of Electronic Arts, video game publisher. They're one of the biggest video game publishers in the world, and years ago, they were pretty much the video game publisher, and they had a small division that was devoted to independent games, and they would fund a lot of independent games, and I don't think they do that anymore. It's a different world now. It's a different economy. But the point is that you could get some of these big studios. I mean, like Disney. You know, they're not short of cash, or Apple, or somebody like that. Just have a budget. You know, just set aside a small amount of money, which could be say 10 million, which is probably a small amount of money to people like that. You know, and just use that to sort of like just give to people who make short films on YouTube and that sort of thing, and just said, let's see what you can do. You know, just be prepared to sort of like to just lose that money. You know, it's just fuck you money. It's just let's just see what happens. You know, let's take a chance. Let's give somebody some money and let's see what happens.
Somebody sent a text to X post to Elon Musk. You're a new trillionaire. Why don't you just start a fund?
Yeah.
And he hasn't responded to it, but that's the type of people who should be doing it. Just you've got fuck you money. Why don't you just here's $100 million, $2 to $3 million, and just make art. So, give something back to the world. Yeah, exactly.
But hey, anyway, speaking of movies and rebooting things and what have you, I'm just going to shoehorn this in there because I forgot to talk about it on the last episode. Zack Snyder remaking Escape from New York, apparently. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I've heard it a couple of times, never give much thought, but the only thing that stuck in my head was John Carpenter said, "Go ahead, just pay me." Like he hasn't got that attachment to it like some film where he says, "Go ahead and make it." Again, it's one of those things where, go ahead and make it. I've got the original. I can always go watch the original.
To be honest.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, reality. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the only twist. If you tried to do a beat for beat remake, I really don't think it's going to be successful. If he were to put a modern twist on it, sort of like set it in present day, maybe. But we've already got an Escape from New York at home. We don't need another one. I'm good, thanks. Like I said last time, I've been a Kurt Russell fan for many years. You can't make another Escape from New York and have anybody better in that lead role and do a better job of it than Kurt Russell in the original Escape from New York. So I'm good. I don't need it. I don't need this thing.
As long as these guys are alive, like you can't have another Indiana Jones as long as Harrison Ford's alive. You can't have another Terminator as long as Arnold Schwarzenegger's alive. While these people are still alive, good luck trying to recast these iconic roles. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what it is. I'm getting actually a little tired of the apocalypse shows, and there's a lot of them now. I'm just.
I was going to say, did it start? I didn't know.
No, but I've noticed over the last year or so from what's the one with Silo, and then on to we watched the video game, the one based on the Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout. Yeah.
I'm watching one now. Actually, it's very uncomfortable to watch. It's called Paradise, and it's like when I was watching Jericho when I was in my 20s. This is very close to what would probably happen, and it's very uncomfortable. But I found that genre is becoming played out a bit in my mind, where it's like, okay, I've seen these options. You can only go in so many directions. So, Pluribus is another one I watched about 3 months ago with the great actress from Better Call Saul.
Yeah, is it Rhea Seehorn or something?
Yeah, Rhea Seehorn, and they're well acted, but the premise is always death. We're all gonna die. And I said to Susan, I said, that's why I was stuff with like Little House on the Prairie and stuff. I'm like, I want to start looking at stuff that's a little different, because there's so much of that apocalyptic stuff, whether it be zombies or Terminators or the weather or so forth, that I'm kind of looking for something a little different right now. So if you guys know of anything out there that you see that...
I have a show for you, sir.
All right, then.
Have you seen Widow's Bay?
I have not, but I've heard good things about it.
Yes, me too. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, give it a go. It's very, very Stephen King, but it's quite tongue-in-cheek as well. It's kind of... It treads the line between serious subject matter and comedy. I wouldn't describe it as a comedy, but there are elements that will make you laugh.
How about dark comedy? Would that work better?
I really wouldn't want to describe it as a comedy. It's almost like...
But dark comedy is different, right?
It's a horror drama.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, dark. We can call it a dark comedy if you want, but it's like a horror drama. But the guy at the centre of this is the mayor of what is essentially Amity Island from Jaws, and he's just a normal guy. He is just a normal guy who gets put into some sort of mysterious supernatural horror type situation and reacts as a normal guy would, and therein lies the comedy. It makes you laugh, but he's not doing it to be funny. No one's telling any jokes. It's not slapstick. No one's doing anything funny as such. It's the situation that he's in, and he acts like a normal guy. He's, he gets frightened. He's sort of like, he's not a hero. He doesn't say cool things. He doesn't do cool things. He's not brave. He just reacts to situations, and you just think, that's probably exactly the same thing that I would do in that situation. And therein lies the comedy. It just makes you laugh, because it's like, what else would he do?
Yeah.
What else would someone in that situation do other than shit himself and run out screaming?
I'll check it out. I mean, I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it is pretty good, actually. Me and
first
me and
season,
the wife
right?
watching it.
First season.
Yeah, I think it's 10 episodes. Episode 10 drops next Wednesday, so it's hot off the press. But yeah, I found it quite a breath of fresh air, because it's different. It's something different to what I've been watching recently, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
So give it a go.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to give it a go then.
I won't say anything more about it, because you should watch it. But
Okay.
it's good.
So how about we move on to the question for this episode?
Okay.
Where is it now? So what movie, and I'll put TV show if you want in there, because I put, like I said, what movie are you looking for to watch that's coming in the next 6 months? Go ahead.
Doomsday.
Paul. Doomsday?
Doomsday for no other reason than I'm curious if it's going to be the beginning of the next chapter of the MCU, or is it going on ice like Doctor Who? Because there's no in between on that. If it's not a hit, they are going to put that MCU on ice in some form for the next little while, because that's that'll be the final canary in the coal mine after Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four, which we didn't really resonate at the box office. And if this doesn't do well, they've got to do something. They can't continue going like that. It's got next to no buzz. Compare this to Avengers Endgame, it's night and day. No one's talking about this movie that's coming out in 6 months, and they've been building since the Super Bowl ad in January. I think January or February. So I'm very interested to see if this is going to jumpstart the Marvel Universe or kind of be one of the last nails in the coffin. Robert Downey Jr. had a quote where and I think I told you about this, John, where he said, we've got to get their trust back again. It was the closest thing I've ever heard a big actor involved with that franchise saying, we kind of fucked up. We've got to get back on track. So I'm looking forward to that movie in December for specifically that reason, and I hope it's good too. So the other ones were good, but Disney has a marketing problem, and they have for about the last 2 years now.
Okay. You got a TV show maybe lined up, or just that one?
TV shows, not really that I can think of.
Okay. Paul, how about you? What are you looking forward to?
I mean,
okay, all right.
I completely agree. When you asked the question, my first reaction was Spider-Man. I am really looking forward to Spider-Man, but I've pretty much seen everything that Spider-Man is going to offer, because after seeing a couple of trailers, I know what's going to happen. I know who's in it. I know what it's about.
Yeah.
There's no mystery anymore. You know, there is to an extent, because I don't know how it's going to end, but I know everything I need to know about that movie. So I'm not looking forward to it as much as Doomsday, for pretty much exactly the same reason Scott said. That's my answer. It took all the words right out of my mouth. I am so curious about that movie. I can't wait to see it.
Give me 1 minute. I have to go upstairs. I'll give you right back.
Oh, we'll keep talking. You can piss off.
Yeah, for exactly the same reason. Scott doesn't need to be here for this, because I'm only going to repeat exactly what he said. I'm so curious about it because I don't know anything about it. I know that there's an awful lot of people going to be in it, but I don't know what it's about. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know anything important about it. I just don't know. And I'm really looking forward to finding out. And again, like Scott, I really hope it's going to be good. Am I expecting it to be good? No, absolutely not.
Oh, really?
But
you're not expecting it to be good? Oh.
No. I really, really hope it's going to be good. I want to sit there and be amazed by it, but I'd be surprised. The reason why I'm not optimistic is because when we went into Infinity War and Endgame, they built off years of really good movies telling a story that took us to this climax of storytelling, this peak of storytelling with all these heroes that we've seen, that we fucking love and couldn't wait to see again. But we're going into this with a completely different attitude. We haven't had that. We haven't had loads of movies over the past several years that everyone's loved and everyone's excited about. And you're not building up to a story that's been told over the past 10 years. We don't have that. No one's been sowing any seeds of what this movie's going to be about. We've had a bit of an end credit sequence with Robert Downey Jr. appearing at the end of the Fantastic Four or something. Yeah. But there's, aside from knowing that Robert Downey Jr. is in it, aside from knowing that Chris Evans is going to be in it, aside from knowing that the Fantastic Four are going to be in it, we don't know how long for. We don't know in what capacity. Yeah. We don't know, so I don't have any excitement for it as such, not like going into Endgame, but I am just extremely curious. And that's why I'm looking forward to that more than anything else, because that is the biggest mystery. That is the one film that's coming out in the next 6 months I know absolutely nothing about. Yeah. about what it's going to be about or what's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. But you got a TV show maybe? I don't know.
I do, but I was kind of hoping that Scott would be back by now because I'd want him to weigh in on it. But when
Okay,
Scott
we'll talk about
gets
something
back-
else then.
Yeah.
What else do I got here?
Right.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Yeah,
Almost perfect timing. It would have been
Sorry
perfect
about
timing
that,
if we'd been here
gentlemen.
10 seconds ago.
yeah.
That's okay.
All right.
I finished talking about Doomsday, pretty much exactly what you said. I said that I'm not particularly excited for it, but I am really looking forward to it because I am just so curious about knowing what it's going to be like and what's going to happen. John
This
asked
way or
me
that
about,
way?
who knows, and that's why I'm looking forward to it because I got to know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I like the guy at the end. No, it's not at the end. The guy in Dirty Harry, when he's pointing the gun at him. 6 shots are only 5. I got to know. Click. 6 shots.
Yeah.
So John asked me about TV shows, and the one that immediately springs to mind is Silo season 3, which I think comes out next month.
July 3rd.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's in the it's about 3 weeks, isn't it? Thereabouts. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. House of the Dragon comes out in the next month. I am not looking forward to that as much.
Remember, we're gonna watch the last 3 episodes this weekend actually because I don't remember
Really?
a fucking thing from it.
No, I don't. I hope there's quite a lengthy previously on when it starts again because I ain't got a fucking clue. And to be quite honest, at the end of the
June
day, who
21st.
really gives a shit? Is it? That's only.
Yeah, it's
just
10
over a week
days.
away. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not far off. Yeah, and no one's talking about it.
No, I know.
Nobody's talking
It's-
about it. So I'll watch it, but I don't even think I need to watch a recap because at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit. You know, I'm watching it for the spectacle more than the story.
Yeah.
So because I think we've spoken about this since it finished. But the Hedge Knights, Knights of the
Hedge
Seven
Knight,
Kingdoms.
Oh, yeah.
That was excellent. That was
Yeah.
really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. You know, start to finish. In fact, I can't remember whether I told you I bought the book with 3 short stories in it.
Yeah.
The TV show is actually better than the book because it pads out certain roles, like the crazy guy, the Baratheon guy. He's in the show. He's really entertaining. He's in it as much in the book. So they made the TV show more entertaining because it's only a short story in the book, but they padded it right out. They built up certain characters, put extra things in there, made it a much better TV show, in my opinion. Really enjoyed it. House of the Dragon, couldn't give a single shit. I can't remember what happened. I don't care.
House
I'm
of the
going to watch it.
Dragon.
But Silo, I am looking forward to that. So
Yeah, House of the Dragon. You don't piss off the writer. You don't, whether it be Tolkien, or George R.R. Martin, you don't piss off the writer. And the showrunner for House of the Dragon and George R.R. Martin fucking hate each other. And it's just, that's why people don't give a shit. You know, when the writer of the source material fucking literally hates the person doing it, it's like Rings of Power. It's like they just don't. It's dog shit, and they won't give it the time of day. And I suspect if they do release the ratings from this year, it's going to be low. I mean, they've
They're
kind of said
both
the first episode's
Amazon
gonna
shows, aren't they?
No, HBO.
no, yeah, House of
Okay.
the Dragon's HBO.
Yeah.
Okay.
House of the Dragon's HBO, but you know, I mean, George R.R. Martin has made it very clear that he thinks the guy's a complete dick. And when the source writer thinks that about the guy who's, you know, we've all done that where you think something's this way and then they take and they just give it their own spin. I mean, Game of Thrones is probably one of the most the biggest examples in history where you can tell where the writer stopped having his stuff on screen and the script writer started having their stuff on screen. And I think people are just going to tune out. I bet its ratings are going to be lower than anticipated, to be quite honest, because when the writer says you suck and I don't want to see your shit, people tend to follow. So
So I'm going to be totally different from you guys.
okay.
So the one I'm looking forward to most is Godzilla Minus Zero. I really enjoyed the Godzilla movie that came out from the director and what he did with the movie, the storytelling, the quality of the movie. So I mean, Doomsday and any of these other ones are like, okay, I already know I'm getting superhero stuff. You know, there's no basically surprise to me at all. There's nothing. Godzilla, you know, it's still a big one, but it's the story behind that the guy and his wife. It ends with her having something on her in Godzilla -1, having something, you know, show up on her skin or something. So I'm more looking for that because I just want to see where the story goes and the quality. I don't know what his budget will be, but the quality of storytelling, this guy can do again. And I like seeing Godzilla on a big screen. So, the second one is Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. Now, the reason I'm excited to see this I don't think Star Trek. We brought it up. I don't think Star Trek's coming back for a while. So the reason I'm excited about seeing this is I'm hoping it's good. I hope we go out, you know, with some good stories, some good things, some good adventures, and that's it. That's why I'm excited, because I'm hopeful. Because if we don't get good story at the end, then you can say, yeah, I can see why they decided to say, fuck it off. Fuck off, you're gone, right? So I can't go in any deeper. It's just simply how I feel.
If that show goes out with a fart, that'll be one of the biggest disappointments in Star Trek history, because it has so much promise.
Yes.
Those first seasons. Remember Discovery, the first season, when they had the two casts on the same show, and then Discovery got put into the future, and I remember thinking, this is gonna be amazing. I can't believe it. But like, what, 5-6 years later, you're like, just all of it went to shit. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I've never seen stuff like it in my life.
Somebody came up with such a good idea.
Yeah.
And then it just
fuck.
How the fuck did you break that?
You broke Tupperware.
Says, no, let's not do that.
You broke Tupperware.
You broke Tupperware. So, actually, one of our sales reps said that at work. He said, you broke fucking Tupperware. Durable, reliable Tupperware, and you fucking broke it. How do you do that?
Yeah, that's a perfect analogy. How the fuck do you ruin Tupperware?
So that's the thing. I mean, we had such promise, and then somebody decides they need to do a certain aspect of it, you know. Just single adventures. You don't have to tie them together. Just have one good episodes with, like the old Star Trek, one and done. You move on. You don't have to tie it together.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm hopeful. If not, then it's kind of like, okay, we need to take a rest. We need something to come along to flush it and start fresh with the good ideas, or so I don't know what to say. Okay, so what is it? What are we at? Where am I at? So we got the comic reviews. Does anybody got any comic reviews? I got 2 more here. So
I can give you one.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I read where is it? Danger Street by Tom King. I've spoken about Tom King before. He did Supergirl, Mr. Miracle, that sort of thing. Human Target. What I really like about Tom King, he does really good stories. Great dialogue, great characterization, and I really like he just pulls characters from out of history, from out of comics history, and puts them at the forefront of a story. So in this story, you've got Warlord, who's the guy with the white beard, the loincloth, and the sword, and you've got Starman, one of the oldest, the one with the blue skin, whose name I forget. And they are kind of the main protagonists or antagonists. Which one's the good guys? I can't remember.
Yeah.
You've got some of the new gods in it. You've got Orion in it. You've got Darkseid, and Dr. Fate is narrating the story, or it's just the helmet, which I believe is what Dr. Fate is. So at the start of the story, the guy walks into a bar, gets the helmet out of a bag, puts it on the bar. The helmet starts telling you a story about what's happening. It's kind of weird, but it's a bit different. And basically, it's all about the end of the universe. Something happens quite early on in the first issue. I won't go into too much detail. It gets quite complicated. Something happens that is going to bring about the end of the universe. You've got the new gods who are trying to slow it down, but it has to be rectified. But the people who've caused the end of the universe have absolutely no idea they've caused the end of the universe. So it's all about getting them to realise that and then do something about it to try and fix it all. The problem I've got with this is the problem I've got with every Tom King story. Every time I come on this show and talk about a Tom King story, I keep saying, stop giving him 12-issue runs. For the sake of God, stop giving him 12-issue runs, because it's too long. It's too many. He can tell a story in 6 or 8, I'm sure. 12 is too many. There's too much filler. There's too much padding. It goes on too long. I can't. You kind of get, even though it's not a boring story, you get bored of reading it, because it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, come on, let's get it moving, let's get it speed up a little bit. Again, there's nothing wrong with the dialogue, there's nothing wrong with the characterization, but for the sake of fuck, let's just get on to the end of the story, please. I've got other things to be doing, other things to be reading, and that's my only criticism of it. Is it's too long. The story itself is different, you get heroes in there that you don't see. A really well written story, a really good idea. It's quite. I like how they've introduced sort of like Dr. Fate into it. It's just too fucking long. It's just too long. Aside from that, I can recommend Danger Street. I can recommend any of his stories. You just got to have patience. Maybe break it up a little bit, just take a few weeks to read it, rather than sitting down and just trying to get through the damn thing. But yeah, that's all I can bring to the table this week. Danger Street by Tom King. I read it's in 2 separate trade paperbacks, 12 issues altogether. It's good, but fuck me. Please, let's try at least shave 2 issues off next time you write a fucking story.
Okay, I've got 2.
Good.
I got to beat you to it. So first is from Dynamite. It's Castiel, sorry. It's Supernatural Special. So I was a big fan of Supernatural. Loved the show. Dynamite came out with a comic version. I read the first. I just couldn't get past the art. The art bugged me. So I couldn't continue even with the story. So I set it aside. But this is a one done. It should be a special, one shot. I believe it is. And it has to do with Castiel. I'm not exactly sure the time frame for when this takes place. But he's kind of observing the boys. He's part of the group. But he's kind of just watching. It's the same thing. Something's happening with a community. The sorority girls are going missing. So the boys go to find out what's going on. People think it's a big gorilla, but it's not a big gorilla. And they have their fight at the end. There's one panel that just got me a little confusing. Is where the boys are shooting at a monster, but they're across from each other, which to me says this guy whoever drew this panel doesn't understand that you don't want to have people in the crossfire in case you miss. So you should have been on either side. But one of those small things that irk me, that's like, nah, that's not going to happen. Not with these 2 guys. They're not going to shoot at each other, with a chance of missing and hitting the other one. It says 1, so I'm hoping it's just 1. because it doesn't really do anything that just introduce Cassiel to a story, a separate story. Him helping the boys trying to beat demons, which they cross. That's the thing. The whole thing was Supernatural, right? Finding demons, getting rid of demons, and move on to the next story. The writers, Pete. Geez, I can't say this name. Too many syllables. No, Petrie and Chibner. So, and there's a different group of artists on this. But I found the art appealing enough for me to want to pick it up and see what it was. If you're a Supernatural fan and you read the books, yeah, pick it up. If not, pass it by. Now, this is my favorite that I picked up this week. Jay and Silent Bob, Jay's a Future Past. Written by Kevin Smith. So
That's
Jay,
a brilliant title.
So it's a combination of Marvel and Secret Stash Press, which is Kevin Smith's comic book store. There are introduced a whole bunch of characters from the Marvel universe to interact with. And of course, Jay's not that bright. Bob doesn't say a thing through the whole book until the very end, just like in the movies. Yes. Invisible Girl. He goes, "Can I ask you there's not a question, and don't think me an animal?" And she goes, "Apology." Anyways, "Can I ask you a personal question about Plastic Man?" She goes, "Yes, everything stretches." He's like, "I'm not an animal. I didn't know that." He says, "Do you ever do it while you're, invisible?" And what she does, instead of showing a video, she rips or makes her outer layer of skin invisible. So you see the muscles and everything. And he just fucking backs away. One of the characters, if you've watched any of the movies, you'll get the jokes. If you haven't watched any of the movies, you won't know what the fuck's going on. One of the characters from his movies asked the Rock, "Is everything the Rock? Even your thing?" And you run into the X-Men, the Sentinels, Fantastic Four. I believe the Avengers are in it. They show up. Spider-Man shows up. Daredevil, Deadpool shows up. And there are interactions between the characters. There's one point, Jean Grey and Invisible Woman. Jean Grey shows up. She's fighting the lady made out of diamonds.
White Queen.
White Queen.
Emma Frost.
Emma Frost, yes. She goes, "You girls got room for a third?" She goes, "I'm always up for a threesome." So the basis of the story is that Kang the Conqueror shows up at Doom is having the Doom's place, and he says there's something's going to happen. It's going to wipe out the universe, and so Doom's got to stop it. He wipes everything out. It has Bob is the guy he invents something that causes humanity to mellow out, come to peace. But the peace has as things where we don't know how to protect ourselves. An alien race comes down and turns us into a farm so they can eat us, right? And there's one panel where Thor goes, "Where's my hammer?" It turns around, Bob's holding the hammer, and they're all kind of like looking at him. So I really enjoyed it. I laughed at a couple of the spots because I know the reference point, what's going on. The artwork is very good. I believe the artwork is done for him. I can't pronounce these names. Giuseppe something. Giuseppe Camiculi. And the art is great. It's really an enjoyable read. I highly recommend it. It's a $6 US book, but it's fun. I've
heard good things about it.
So I really enjoy it. So that's my
Excellent. Yeah, Kindle edition. Jay and Silent Bob, Jay's a Future Past.
Yeah.
Kindle edition. Available instantly.
Yeah.
I'm getting that.
Okay.
Definitely.
It's fun. It's a good read. Like I said, I understood. I've seen a lot of Kevin Smith stuff, so I understand the reference that are coming from it. And also, when you look over up it's the first page. This first page. Let me see. No, not the first page. Oh, the spread page, a couple in. See how many people you can recognize from his movies that are drawn in there. You pick a few of them. So.
Well, I've seen all his movies.
Yeah.
It's not that long since I watched Dogma only a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
That's another one I want to watch again.
For the first time in years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. This is a good one. I like Dogma.
Yeah. Okay, Scott, what do you got?
To kind of tie into what you're talking about, Paul, with Superman, Spider-Man, there was actually 2 comics. There was Superman, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Superman.
Oh, really?
Bottom bold. Read them. Same process where you've got a 30-page story and then 7 backstories.
Yeah.
Some of them were terrible, like Steel and Miles Morales one. That was awful. Some of them were good. Jeff Lemire, the story with Ben Parker and Kent.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't find the one with Punisher and Power Girl that bad. It was like a kind of a blind date type thing.
Yeah, I was probably a little harsh when we talked about it last time. It wasn't bad. It was just disappointing.
Yeah, there was only a couple of them.
It didn't meet expectations.
Yeah, there was only a couple of them that I was... Even the Jane Foster Wonder Woman one was like... It was kind of sweet in that, I felt more emotion in that story than I did for the entire fucking movie of Love and Thunder, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
The people they chose... There were a few folks in there that I was surprised where they have J. Michaels... I'm going to butcher his name.
Go ahead, butcher it. I do it all the time.
Yeah. He didn't have a story in there, which I thought was kind of a bit odd because he did a lot of Spider-Man stories, but it wasn't too bad. I would have, like yourself, I would have liked to have seen like an 80-page story told very well. I like seeing Doc Ock and Brainiac as the villains in that. That was kind of a cool put together. It was the 50th anniversary. The reason behind it was the 50th anniversary of that first oversized 1976 Marvel Treasury edition. But it was good. It was a bit of a money grab, but not bad. Not bad. I mean, they had a pretty wide variety of artists that had done some work on it over the years, and a few people they just stuck in there because they were fans of the fans of that whole crossover. But yeah, it was 2 of them. If you have a chance to read the other one, it's the same kind of thing. It's got a good story. They didn't really, it wasn't an introductory story. They had known each other. I'm not sure which one you read. Which Spider-Man?
It was the one with Brainiac and Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
At the start, yeah.
Yeah, there was another one. There was actually another one that kind of was a continuation of that. It felt like it was a continuation anyway, because Doc Ock's in the second one too.
Let's have a look.
The other one I have is Iron Man. I've gotten the new series written by Joshua Williams, and he's kind of been in the same boat as Captain America for the last couple of years, where they've had writer activists doing it, and Tony Stark has lost his business about it's almost been like a revenge fantasy for the last 3 years, where this very rich man loses everything, is living like a bum, looks like shit, and having to deal with like unions and stuff like that. It was, the last guy who wrote it, his last name was Spencer, and I can't remember his first name, but he was a lawyer and an activist, and a big part of the series was Tony Stark having to deal with unionism in his plants, which of course is always riveting writing when it comes to superheroes. So I wasn't a big fan of it, but Joshua Williams has gotten back to that character that you saw in the MCU, where he's confident. He has a few mistakes, but he's confident, he's smart, he's capable, and he's not losing his business within the first couple of issues. So I had mentioned earlier that Marvel's starting to make some changes, and they're moving away with things that obviously wasn't selling them any comics, and that's a good thing. So I've been enjoying it so far. It's up to issue 6. It just came out. It looks like there's some long-term storytelling involved with it. A few mysteries, which is always nice to keep a series going. The fact that it's made it to 6 means it's probably going to make it to 10 for sure. Most of those series, it's like Daredevil, Iron Man, the Fantastic Four, they don't get canceled until at least 30 or 40, so I'm confident he'll be around there for a while. But yeah, it's very good. It's very good. It's worth reading, and worth reading again.
All right. I've looked up the other Spider-Man and Superman issue. There's as you know, I'm pretty much Kindle only these days, so the reason why I didn't know anything about it, it hasn't been released on Kindle yet. It comes out on the 22nd of June.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, as soon as that appears on the 22nd of June, I'll have a closer look at that. I'll probably end up getting it, to be quite honest. I have the criticisms of the first one, but the lead story was actually quite good. So
yeah,
it's a lot of money to pay for that lead story, but
yeah,
there's filler. It's filler, isn't it? You know, whether it's good or not, it's whatever.
Okay.
Like I say, you've got to put your money where your mouth is. If you want to see more of this type of stuff, and we do, you've got to pay them for it.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll take one for the team. I'll buy it when it comes out.
So we're almost at the 6 o'clock. What time, Paul, you got there?
It is 6:53, fast approaching 7 p.m.
Okay.
All
So
right.
do you want to do
really
a
late.
couple just general stories, or do you want to end it there? Because that's pretty...
Well, how about this? How about I ask you what you thought of Night of the Living Dead before we go?
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes,
than-
you know what? I
rather than
watched
waiting
it last
to
night.
Talk about it.
Yeah,
How
general
about that?
chat.
How about I
So,
talk about
like, I'll put it this way. I had my phone closed, so I was playing on the phone while I was watching it. Now,
that? Okay.
because it didn't really hold my attention, but it also didn't make me want to turn it off.
Not shit enough to turn off. Yes.
Not, yeah. So the it had some good parts, but it was also very campy. Very not
very
very. It just wasn't well written. Now, I don't really want to piss on the writer because it was enough for me to enjoy it. You know, just like Grogu, right? And to enjoy it and sit down and watch it. The actress, well, first we thought, geez, I know her. She's kind of cute. I remember her. And then she was in a movie called Accepted. It's about the school that got these school kids that couldn't get into college. They created their own school. She goes, oh, that's where I remember her. And that movie I really enjoyed. But she did a really good at being sort of annoying and a little nuts. I always find it. Here's the thing I have really strange nowadays when people create a modern zombie movie. Is that everybody always seemed to be surprised of the zombies. Someone's like, nowadays, after, I'm sure some people maybe don't know anything about it, but you know, it's kind of like, oh, fuck, Jill's a zombie. What the fuck's going on? You know? Like, clue in right away. And the kid's eating intestines. You know, the neighborhood's gone down. You know, not cluing in. And she made a good point. She's driving along in this great big fucking boat, just plowing into people and having a good time. Yeah. And the other guy's just going, what are you doing? There's still people. She goes, nah, not really.
Yeah.
And she hits one. She goes, oh, sorry, I didn't see that one. I didn't mean to. And then drive around the 3. Oh, you have a good day, zombies. You know, fuck. So it has some really good points. Some of it was stupid. Like, I don't understand why the father is laying in there with a gun, telling him, "Go ahead, shoot me." Like, I don't really see the reason why they're gonna shoot you, But okay, whatever. I don't remember a storyline in which it was an experiment in the town through the water. Have you ever seen that trope before somewhere?
I'm fairly sure I have.
Yeah.
I couldn't just tell you off the top of my head, but yeah, this was pollution, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is something to do with.
Well, they were trying something and then it backfired.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but remember the big dumb fat guy she gave the brownie to? He he passed out. Did they ever eat him? Because they looked like he was, and they just walked right by him, like.
Yeah. I didn't show him getting eaten. Whether the inference was he got eaten, I don't know.
No, it's like
fell asleep. He might have got away with it.
Yeah, they just passed him because they thought he was already dead or whatever.
Yeah.
But so overall, it was an enjoyable movie. Not a great movie, but enjoyable.
I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah. Do you know anything about this, Scott? I mentioned it to John. I don't know whether he mentioned it to you or not. It's on Amazon Prime, zombie movie. It reminded me very much of Shaun of the Dead, if you've seen that.
What's it called again? Night of the
Living
Dead?
Debs. I thought I told you about
Night
this.
of the Living Debs.
She's called Debbie. It's called Night of the Living Deb. Yeah.
It sounds awful.
Honestly, it was probably made for about $50. And I think whoever wrote it had about half a dozen or a dozen really good ideas for gags, and wanted to make a film so that they could tell those gags. And the bits in between the gags aren't great, but the gags sort of like tie it together, and it's pretty funny. And at the end of when you get to the end of the movie, you're like, yeah, you know what? I kind of enjoyed that. It's clearly not a good movie. It was clearly made for probably the price of a McDonald's. There was some people in it who may not have been professional actors, and the special effects were probably, done at sort of some sort of Poundland Halloween costume.
Oh yeah, they were
type shop.
Yeah,
but aside from all of that, it was quite a charming film. It was. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It's one of those where it's not good because it's shit. It's good despite being shit.
Yeah.
It's actually quite good. There's one of the funniest bits, and this is kind of spoiling the end, but you're either going to watch it or you're not, regardless. But right at the end, they're being chased through this building by these zombies, and they're going up this flight of stairs. A couple of gags to get to the top, and shut the door, and there's nowhere else for them to go. They're at the roof of this building, there's zombies at the door, they're banging the door down, they're trying to get out, they spill out onto the roof, and it's like, shit, this is it. We're going to end up being zombies, but at least we'll be together type of, rom-com type ending. Yeah. And as the door's bursting open, these two paramedics come wading through this sea of zombies with like a stun gun.
A taser.
With two prongs. Taser, yeah. And it just sort of like, and it cracked me up because it's sort of like, there was one of them already on the ground, and he leant down, and he gave one of them a really good taser in. It was already down. I thought, this guy's enjoying that taser far too much. Yeah. And that cracked me up. Anyway, they came over, and they're sort of like, oh, she's been bitten. I don't know how long she's got. So a paramedic looks at her, puts a bandage on, takes it up, says, good to go. Change that dressing twice a day for the next week and you'll be fine. And he said, but she's been bitten by a zombie. He said, that's not how it works. He says, you can't get infected by being bitten. All these people are being infected by the drinking water. If you've not had any of the water, you'll be fine. And like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah, but before that, she's making out. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I really go for your liver or pancreas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, no, she was just falling for it, thinking because you got bit, she was going to be it. But Deb wasn't all that bright to begin with, so.
No, she wasn't. No, she
So.
wasn't. No, and that I think that was. If it hadn't ended on that note, I might not have remembered it quite so fondly. But that gag right at the end, where it's like, no, you're fine. It's, you know, it's just like, puts a plaster on. Yeah, change that twice a day, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And the other favourite bit is when they're that militia guy.
Yeah.
When they pull her over, and she's like, "Oh, are you going to let me go?" And he says, "Let me put it this way." And he sort of like leans into the car window, and he's got this look on his face for ages. It's like, what's he trying to do? And it cuts back to her, and it cuts back to him, and he squeaks out the tiniest fart you've ever heard.
Yeah.
He says,
He's trying to let a big fart go. Yeah, nothing.
yeah. And then later on, when the zombie comes out, he pulls his gun out and he panics, and he's just sort of like, bang, 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 and he ends up shooting another militia guy right through the head, who stood right next to him. It's like, fuck you, hell.
Yeah.
It sounds a bit like Z Nation.
It's kind of like the first season of Z Nation.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more well, no, not the first season, the later seasons where it gets a little silly. Yeah, where it gets a little silly, and I think that might be why I liked it, because I'm a fan of Z Nation. I think that zombie silliness, that sort of just being daft, for no good reason whatsoever, just appealed to me. And I found it quite
it's like
enjoyable.
how people would react. Some people would react in those wacky situations like human beings would, like, let's get the zombie high and stuff like that. You know, I mean, it would definitely happen. It would definitely happen. So
Yeah, but it's good. It's, if you find yourself with an hour and 25 minutes.
The
I said
waste.
to myself when I was
Just the
listening,
shits and
I'm seeing either I won't watch it, or I'll give a 15-minute review the next time, or I'll give a full review. It depends on how long it keeps me entertained. So.
Yeah. Well, with those gags are just about 15 minutes apart.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So how about we end it there? That's a good 3-4 hours of conversation.
Wow.
So
Went quickly though, eh?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Lots to talk about.
Yeah, that's just it. You lots to talk about, right? No big pauses. Okay, folks. Well, thank you for dropping in again for this show. I hope you enjoyed it. Just hope you enjoyed it. If you want to send a question us to try and answer, you can go to pulpculturecafe@gmail.com. We'll take those. Still an idea from another show. But anyways, that's it. We'll be back. I don't know when. The four of us. I'm seeing double. We'll be back, but Scott and I will try and do another show sometime later on. And then until then, bye, folks.
Take care.
Bye then.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.
That's all, folks.
Thank you. Come again.
Why, you little?